Hi everyone, it's Jam from Jam Plans Things, and today I've got something a little bit different for you. I've got a review of the Cleverfox Planner, and the lovely people at Cleverfox sent this to me, and I thought this might interest some of you because a lot of you sometimes email me and say that you don't have enough time to do the whole spreads, and something like a dated planner, an undated planner might work really well because you can still use the bullet journal method to do it. So I'm just going to give you a quick overall tour of the item. It arrives in this white keepsake box with the Cleverfox logo on the front, and the box is actually pretty well made. So it's nice and hefty. So when I open it, it is made of card as well. It had some coupon cards in there, and I took them out just in case. I wasn't meant to show everyone some percentages off, but the box does come with thank you codes and everything inside so that you can share the planner with your friends. And it also comes with this how to use card to basically how you would use every section. But I feel like these types of things act as a good guide, but obviously with a journal like this you kind of want to make it your own. Now this is pretty cool. It comes with a whole set of stickers. It reminds me a little bit of like the Erin Condren sticker set. And what do we have here? We've got like a little bar graph family. This looks like party, presents, exercise, food, some money, probably savings. It's green, so it's probably should be savings. A blue, love heart, reading, and looks like you times, meditating. So these are the color of the rainbow. And here is the planner. I picked a peachy version, and it also comes in a variety of other colors. They have a turquoise that reminds me a lot of the Leuchtturm turquoise. And let me just open this up. It feels really nice actually. So it reminds me a lot of like moleskin or the Leuchtturm type look. Let's have a look at what it has. It has a matching pen loop. Oh, and these pages are very white. Actually, is it almost as white as the Archer and Olive? Let me just grab that and check for you. Ooh, it might even be whiter. I think I would say a different type of white. The Archer and Olive might actually pull a little bit warmer, and this is a bit bluer white. So let's have a look. The notebook comes with 120 GSM paper. And they say it's meant to be bright white, and it should also be bleed proof. So I'll do a pen test coming up, and let's have a look at what the types of pages it has. There is, so at the beginning we've got the Cleverfox Planner information, and then we've got some gratitude and self-awareness pages, daily ritual pages, a vision board. I kind of use the vision board. I kind of put like post-it notes on here if I need to use them. And then we've got some goals for the year. And then a mind map and what your goals are for the year. And then we've got the monthly spreads. So the monthly spreads are all at the beginning. We've got some goals on the side here. And then that goes for a few pages. Now the journal should last the whole year, so I imagine there's at least 12 in there. And then this is what a weekly looks like. So we've got down the side, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way down. This is in the horizontal layout. And then you've got a main goal for the week, the week's priorities, extra notes here, a to-do list as well, and then some habits that you might have, and wins and what you might improve over the next week. So that goes on, I think, for the whole 52 pages, 52 spreads for the year. And then we have some dotted paper. So This grid looks a lot smaller than the standard dot grid, so I'm thinking this is around 4 mil. And the dots are still quite large, so they're actually quite prominent dots. So I feel like dots this dark probably wouldn't disappear as much into the page if you're really into doing artwork. But the thing is, for those of you who like sketching in grids, like architects, you might actually quite enjoy dotted pages like this. So I'm going to go to the second last page here. I'm going to do a quick pen test. So the first up, we've got the Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip pen, and I like this one because it's what I use for all my lettering. Okay. First up, let's use a Sakura Micron. Sakura Micron. And I might just colour. Wow. So summer's finally arrived in Australia, and if you can hear that sound in the background, it's the cicadas. Don't know how to keep that sound out. So this is a mild liner pen. Now with the mild liner, I kind of like to just test by layering it and seeing how many layers you can do before it actually bleeds. Plus you kind of get a cool gradient, which is nice. We're also going to try, this is a Tombow dual tip pen. We're going to do the same thing as we did with the previous pen. We've got my favourite Pentel pocket brush pen. Now, this is normally like a bleeding monster. I'll be very impressed if this survives. I've also got a Pilot fineliner, which I use for work to sketch. It's nice and fat. I'm going to colour this rectangle in again. And just gonna pull up this micron. Well, this is the Rotring. Oh, I can't spell. Rotring isograph. It's a very hard tipped pen. We basically use this in architecture school to do technical line drawing. So let's have a look at how it looks on the other side. Now that's pretty good, I reckon. You know what I might also do though before? Let's add some watercolor, because that is what Jan is known for. I'm going to use the Daniel Smith watercolors. Let's pick. Just going to paint nice bright pink rectangle. I'm going to add some water now. I'm just going to wash across. The paper actually reminds me a lot of the Archer and Olive paper. So white. It's not like moleskin or Leuchtturm or anything like that. So we've got, I'm going to load up a little bit more pigment on this side. Let's see. Okay. And let's have a look on the other side. Now the watercolor is actually done very, very well in this situation. You can't actually see anything. I can feel a little bit of buckling, but I think as it dries, it's starting to seep through the paper, and you can start seeing some dots. And what these dots generally mean afterwards is that it will bleed through. So what I might do is pause the recording for a bit and we'll wait for this to dry and see how it looks afterwards. Okay, so we've left it for a little bit to dry so we could see the effects of the watercolor, and on the back it's looking pretty good. So the only thing that really bled, I think, is the mild liner when I went over it I think that was 5 times. So if you're doing like a single stroke from the highlighter, I don't think it'll be a problem. Like because I feel like the paper, it feels uncoated, a little bit like the scribbles matter, but this paper is thicker. It will bleed if you just kind of layer it up a little bit. The watercolor actually did pretty well, but I'd only recommend it to do like coloring in, but not like full artworks, because I feel like the paper won't really react as well to it. But I think it looks really nice on things like the Sakura Micron. It survived my pocket brush pen pretty well. There's a few small dots that you can see where the pen stops, like where the ink gets to pool a little bit. But otherwise, I think it worked pretty well. So that's the pen test. I'm gonna flip to the back now. I'm gonna take this off. And we've got a handy pocket which we can store things in. Oh, pick up the right side of it. There it is. Oh, it's got a nice like little satiny part of the pocket as well. And then we've also got, let's see if I can find them, 3 ribbons. Now it's pretty handy to have 3 ribbons. I think the original bullet journal recommends that you have 3 ribbons, and that's probably because you can stick one on your monthly page, and then on your current day of the week, and then probably one where you might be taking your current notes maybe. So in that case it would be over here. So that's pretty handy how you would have 3 ribbons. The only thing is I kind of wish the ribbons were all pink, like shades of this peach color. I reckon that would look a little bit nicer, but it's okay. Now I'm going to go to, okay, here is the first page of the weeklies, and you can kind of see that it's actually got like this really good lay flat binding. So you can see the stitches here. What it also means is that it just kind of flattens. You don't get that big curve there, and the paper doesn't roll around because the spine does lay flat. And what I'm going to do is I'll just show you if I was doing this, what I would do in terms of decoration, because when I use diaries like this, I don't actually paint the entire thing. I kind of reserve that more for the bullet journal, but that's what washi tape is for, and specifically washi tape with gold on it, because you guys know how much I love gold. So I tend to be quite rough with something like this. So let me just cover that up just to add a little bit of colour to start off with. And then I will do, let's start with the month of the year. We're in December. Yeah, I can't believe 1 year ago I could not do this. It's only this year I kind of got the hang of lettering. We've got December at the top. I'm just going to leave that. The dates are for this week, say is the 5th. No. Is it Tuesday? It's Tuesday, isn't it? Never remember. It's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. Here is the 5th. This is the 4th. And my priorities this week would be, because it's the beginning of the month, do the taxes, issue invoices at work, and I've got a couple of other project related issues to do. And then I will put in any extra notes I have here. My habits, in terms of things that I like to track, would be water, so how much water I drink every day. And because we are already in, I think on Tuesday. I can tell you that I was good and drank my water for 3 days. By Tuesday I meant Wednesday. That's okay, still didn't bleed through. And then a couple of other things like sleep, 8 hours, which just doesn't happen for me. I try to do too much. Then I've also got, let's say, 40 minutes exercise. And so that's the type of thing that I would try and track in this section. So personal to-do lists would be, I would use this part to do my shopping list, probably. So I would actually change this to shopping. This reminds me a little bit of the Erin Condren ones. You can get stickers that cover up the entire square so you can write what you need to do. So you can just put your shopping list there, so you can go whatever it is that you need to buy for that week. And then I would cross it off like I would in a bullet journal, and I'd just put the X's there when I need to. Notes wise, because I work like professionally as an architect, I find that this area for notes would probably be too small for me. So what I would do instead probably would be to write like a nice quote or something that would motivate me during the week. So I might use some of this just to add a bit more gold to the page. And then, you know, you could just write something motivational. I'm just gonna write, because I'm not. This is gonna be just more like a reminder of a week. And then so I would just leave that there, because I feel like I wouldn't be able to put a lot of notes in, but some people do only need that much space for their notes, so they can, that would work for you. And then afterwards you can just use this side as regular planning. So no, I've got, dentist at 11 AM, Saturday, a picnic, some of my friends at 12:30 on Sunday. And then I've got work-related things on this, which is what I normally use this for, but I won't write them in because I shan't be telling you what I do at work the whole time. And let's say this week's main goal: no chocolate. We need to save up for Christmas, I reckon. I think that's a fair goal, don't you? Sounds terrible. Love chocolate. It's a big problem. So that's kind of how I would use it. Plus, I reckon just a little bit more washi tape would make this page look really nice. And I would just plan it as I go during the week. So really, because I don't actually like putting in like big diary entries on this day. So I reckon if you're a sentence a day type diary person, this would actually quite good. You can just say what you did every day. But for me, I would actually log tasks like this and break them down into each section. And that's how I would use this spread. And almost exactly like how I would in a bullet journal, but most of it's done for me already. So that is that. And yeah, so that is a little introduction to the Cleverfox Planner. I reckon if there was anything I'll change, I find these borders quite strong, but I reckon if you wanted to break them up, you could really easily do it with a little bit of washi tape. Actually, I'll show you what I did used to like doing quite a bit. I used to put my water intake as little like drops, like 8 glasses a day on here, and then I would color them as I went along, and then if I make it all the way to 8, this one gets colored in, and that's pretty cool. I actually used to do this, but after a while it actually did become a habit, so I didn't have to track it anymore because I knew that I was just drinking enough water, which is really excellent. So you kind of just build that in as you go along. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that little tour of the Cleverfox Planner, and like, this is really nice, and I think it's a high quality journal. You can get it on Amazon or from the Cleverfox website. I'll just link those below. And if you have any questions about this, feel free to ask them in the comments below. But I hope you enjoyed that really quick tour, and I'll speak to you guys again next time.